Good afternoon. It is June the 14th and we are on our way home from an amazing trip. We took my parents to the Valley Forge area in the greater Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area so that we could take a little camping trip, take some time out and go to Amish Country. And we have had so much fun. Let's take a little flashback on the week in my life. Good morning. It is Sunday, June the 9th. Tomorrow's the 10th. And we are packing to go camping. Come along with me. I think we should take our hanging baskets and plug the drain and fill up the bathtub part of the way and stick them in there. Hey, what are we doing? The robe to wear to the bathhouse. 2 dresses for sightseeing and eating out. My name is Charlotte and I'm the Trauma Informed Teacher. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel all about teacher self-care, teaching tips, and teacher lifestyle. I share some of the everyday things that I do, and one of my favorite forms of teacher self-care in the summertime and throughout the year when I get a chance is travel. Tops. Two pairs of shorts. One of them is in the wash right now, so I'll have to get it when I get home from church. I love to travel and experience new places, new people. I really enjoy just figuring out how people live in different places, what they eat, their cultural traditions, and so we decided that this would be a great opportunity for us this summer to take a little cabin camping trip. Lightweight jacket in case it rains or it's a little chilly. Nothing that my mom made. Travel size products, hairbrush, towels, travel kit. You can stick any of your medications in here. This is done until I can add the stuff that's in the dryer. If you've been following me, you know that one of my other favorite things to do for self-care is gardening. And so, of course, I had to make sure that my garden was well watered before leaving. I've gotten to the point where my plants are pretty well established now, so a once a week gardening, unless it's super hot temperatures for days, it usually does the trick. So here I'm just going to give them a deep watering and hope for the best. Not sure what was going to happen with my basil while I was gone, because I'm afraid that we might have a couple of hot enough days that it might bolt, but hopefully when I get back there will be some good basil left. Everything else I think is just going to thrive well in the hot weather. ready to go camping?
I'm ready to go
In the
camping,
wild.
man.
Do you want the same car?
Ready to go.
Am I ready to rock this?
Might want to put some shoes on, Dad.
They're in the van.
Shoes on myself.
The highway patrol wouldn't like that. It was a gorgeous day for driving, and this route was so scenic and beautiful. I really enjoyed the drive there. Welcome to Pennsylvania. We stayed in this little town called Embryville. It's about an hour from Amish Country, about an hour from Valley Forge, maybe a little bit further from Hershey. It was just a really great location. Some of the buildings were super old, and it was really neat to drive around there and just see all of the historic elements to the area. We love the KOA cabins. I used to camp in tents, and I enjoyed that when I was younger, but now as the kids are out of the house and we are getting, a little bit older, a little bit achier in the mornings, we enjoy actually having a real bed. The KOA cabins offer a lot of different options for camping. They even have glamping cabins now, which are a little step above, sort of like a little hotel with all the advantages of the campground, with the beautiful sights and the open air breezes. Good. Here we're off to see Valley Forge. My dad drove because it was so much more comfortable in the van. We went to the museum first and walked around, looked at the different displays that they had. This one was really interesting because it showed how the soldiers at Valley Forge had so much less for their rations than the other soldiers that were in the war at the same time. And it also compared to what a typical soldier would have today in their rations. They've updated a lot of the exhibits in the national parks museums, and so they're really nice, and it's a great place to take kids. We also did a little driving tour of the area, and we got the digital audio tour so that we could listen to a narration of everything. This was one of my favorite things right here, was visiting Washington's headquarters and looking at reproduction rooms from what it would look like at the time period. And I even took some video that I think I'll be able to use when I share about the pioneers and their cooking practices with my students next year.
Have another vehicle.
Because it's not like you would be leaving it parked unless you had another way to get it out.
That's for the whole day.
All right,
Yes.
what's your favorite memories from our first day here?
Dinner at Rose's Pizzeria.
It was really good. And huge portions.
Yep.
I think Mom's favorite thing was her trip to the bathroom last night. Do you want to tell the story?
So anyway, I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I have to go to the bathroom. Of course, it's a trek to the bathroom. So I'm going up the driveway, and all of a sudden I realize there's this big motor sound, like a semi.
Oh, okay.
And I get up there and I realize, oh, that's just a huge RV sitting out there. What's going on? 1 o'clock in the morning. And then there's another huge vehicle, an SUV with a Pennsylvania State Troopers sign on the side of it. So then I turned the corner to go where the bathroom entrance is, and there's a half a dozen people talking to this patrolman. They were all young people. There's probably only one of them that was over 30. And they all just turned and looked at me like total surprise that I was there. One of them managed to say hi, and I went on into the bathroom. I get in the stall and sit down, and all of a sudden the door to the bathroom goes swish.
Huh?
And then there was no sound, and the door just went shut. So I'm thinking one of them looked in the bathroom and just went and left. I don't know what they were looking for. So anyway, I go out after I'm done. I go out, and a few of them are gone, but there's still a few there. The patrolman's still filling out his paperwork, sitting in his car, and they're giving him details. I have no idea what was going on, but they were reporting something. That much I'm sure of. They were reporting something. So this is 1 o'clock in the morning. That's my experience.
I was getting ready to go get Mom because she'd been gone a little while. I was like, what is she doing in the bathroom? Did she make it up the hill?
Yeah, I made it up the hill just fine.
How about you, Joe? What was your favorite memory from yesterday?
Baron von Steuben.
Was that the German guy?
Baron von Steuben.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was a cool statue, but probably finding out that Mad Anthony Wayne was at Valley Forge.
Yeah.
Because Mad Anthony Wayne is the guy my high school was named after.
Pretty cool.
I thought something else about that same person that Van Steuben, the German.
Oh.
He came to help train the soldiers, and he was surprised that you had to be real specific with. You couldn't just tell them what to do. You had to explain why they needed to do it, because they were independent men. Free men. They had to make their own decisions. So it had to make sense to them before they were going to buy in. You'd have to tell them everything. Why you need to do this, why you need to do that. And then they were fine with it. But he was just used to giving orders.
Oh. Different with farmers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Different with a bunch of American farmers.
Yeah.
Prussians had a professional army, not pitchforks.
Right. They didn't have a volunteer army in
They
Prussia.
weren't volunteers.
They were professionals. And he found out that teaching volunteers was a lot different than teaching professionals.
My favorite part was going to see Washington's headquarters, and there was a sign as we were coming out, and it was talking about how, it belonged to a family, and the quartering practice was in effect, and a lot of the civilians were used to people just taking over their homes, but Washington felt that it was his duty to not take advantage, and so it said in the details on the sign that he had paid what was it? Do you remember how much it was?
100 pounds.
100 pounds to stay in the headquarters of that family. So I thought that was really cool, because there were a lot of little things like that throughout that area that kind of gave you an idea of why people thought Washington would have been such a good leader, because of how much integrity he had, and just little things that I never knew. They don't teach you in history why people felt that way. So that was pretty cool. I got more of an insight into why he was such a good leader. The next morning we went to Farmhouse Espresso Coffee House.
May I just have a name for the order?
Charlotte. Had a really good cup of coffee. It had a great ambiance, and it was a nice place to just hang out and relax.
Because those old tractors like that, John Deere's and all of them, they put the fuel filter basically, and then into the carburetor.
It's good. Very citrusy.
You should try some of this middle.
Oh, is it more?
Kind of like the center of a cinnamon roll, kids.
For one thing, it's kind of buttery. Your coffee good?
My tea.
Or is that tea?
London fog.
Here.
We were pretty tired after our excursion to Valley Forge. We did a lot of walking the day before. So we decided to just hang out at the pool and enjoy reading and chilling out for the day. I've been trying to read this book since probably right after Christmas, but I finally got somewhere.
Near the river, this would be a great place to come.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Well-
if you had a little trailer that had a bathroom in it, you'd never have to come up here.
Exactly.
There's a thought.
You just stay down.
Back in the van again, and this time we're on our way to Amish Country. This is my second trip to the Amish Country. I went with a group of girlfriends a few years back, and so I had a little bit of an idea of where we should go. I just love driving through and seeing all the farms and all of the people out working.
These are mules, aren't they?
Yes.
My mom and I went into this little shop with a bunch of different kinds of balsamic vinegars and olive oil. We also looked at some craft stores, and she loves to crochet, so we went into a yarn shop. The rest of the time, we mostly just ate great food and brought home some baked goods. It was a really nice, relaxing day. So I'm back at my mom's house now, and this is my little niece. She's been staying and helping to watch the house, and she does her school here. So we are going to go inside and just try to relax. We're here until tomorrow night. Probably leave Sunday morning early, but we're going to have a family cookout for Father's Day. So we're going to stay for that tomorrow.
We are going to the family cookout too.
I know. All of us are going. That's the point. That's why it's a family cookout.
Yeah, for everyone to come over. That means I get to play with my cousins. Because last time, Jimmy squished his whole line of toes.
Did what?
Jimmy, he squished his whole line of toes. His toes got stuck in Julia's door.
Oh, okay.
Stop.
Anyway, so never a dull moment with all the little kids around, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be crazy and loud
Yeah, it is.
and fun.
Well, they have wasps.
They do?
Yep. Wasp nests.
Well, hopefully you don't get stung. I'm going to go inside, and I'm hungry, so it's time for a late lunch, and then I've got to get cracking on some of my schoolwork again because I did not do that this week, obviously. But it has been a really nice trip, and looking forward to going home tomorrow and seeing our puppy dog. I miss him a lot. He's been getting taken care of by one of the neighbor girls that comes over. So anyway, if you want to visit the Valley Forge area and Amish Country in Pennsylvania, I hope this video has inspired you and that you might take a trip there someday yourself. Wherever you're at, don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Have a great day. Say bye.
Bye.